Hello and welcome to Crafting Unscripted. I'm Katherine and I'm just going to ignore you for a second here while I make sure everything is working on my screen because I hit a button and I'm not sure I hit the right one. So just bear with me for a second. If you are here live with me, say hello. And while we wait for everyone to join us today, I did something this week. I lobbed off my hair, so I've got this short thing. I don't know if I like it or not. But there was too much of it, so I had to cut it off. And now it's going to grow back, so it's all right. But it's, it can still go into a ponytail, so it's fine for crafting. And what else is going on? Oh, yesterday we had an inch of snow. Then we had like an inch of freezing rain. And then this morning we woke up and it was 15 degrees outside, and now it's 20 degrees outside. And so all that snow is melting and all that rainwater and ice is going into the grass. And so my sump pump will probably go off during this live recording. And I apologize for that. But that's kind of what we get when we're in spring. So hopefully spring is actually here now, and hopefully the snow is done. And hopefully we can start to have like a good regular seasons back. So that's the idea of what's happening here. And I'm not totally sure what we're going to work on today. I have some ideas. I'm not totally sure which way to go. So if you are live, say hello so that I can ask you some questions. Maybe you can help me decide what craft we're going to do today. And if not, then I'll just have to pick one for myself and we'll see how it goes. So without further ado, let's get started. All right. So, I want to say last week, if you were here last week, I bought this pen. Well, my kids bought this for me. Woo! I'm going to throw it around. Awesome pen. I love it. It's super easy to write with. It's fantastic. So if you're at the Dollar Tree and you see one of these guys, buy it. I have no affiliation with the Dollar Tree, but the pen is good. So I was thinking of doing this week, and you can say no if you're online here with me. I've got these soap dispensers, and I have like them everywhere in my house because I need soap dispensers. And in some of my sinks I've actually got two, because I've got like in my work sink here in my workspace I have one that's soap for like my hands and one that's soap for like grease. Like it's actually dish soap, but it works well for getting grease out of stuff, especially out of clothes, because my workspace is here but my laundry room is kind of right over there next to my work sink, so it all kind of works out. So I was thinking of doing labels for these, so like maybe bubbles and like some letters with vinyl, so that's an option. And I get these at IKEA. They're pretty cool, they last forever, and the little pumpy thing works forever, so that's why I have these ones. But it's glass, so kind of The next idea that I had, I don't have it done, so I obviously kind of the idea of crafting unscripted. Sorry for my head in the weird spots here. I've got this like my bin of paper that I keep, so this is like a huge bin of scrap paper that I have, and I keep doing projects, and then I keep putting scrap in here, and I keep doing projects, and I keep putting scrap in here. And as much as I tell myself I'm going to use the paper, I never do, because it's such a hassle to like find a piece of paper that's the right size, the right color, when I can just get a whole sheet of paper of the right color that I need. So I kind of got this big thing. So something that I was thinking of doing, and I've seen a bunch of them online, is that they're like, I don't know if they're really flowers, but they're like an accordion styled like pin thing, like it's a circle and it goes up and down, and people make like layers of them. And so that's kind of the two options. And so if you were online, let me know what you think of which two we should do. I think right now, when I started the video, I was thinking more towards the soap dispenser, but last week we did one of our crafts last week we worked with our crickets, and I don't always like to work with my crickets, so maybe we'll just work with the paper. Hello, Barbara. Thank you for joining us today. So I think I'm leaning towards making these like accordion style things. I don't even know what they're called, so I'll have to Google that afterwards. But just something like, because I've seen like huge ones and small ones, but you can like make, let's say, flowers out of them or something like that. So Barbara, let me know what you think. Should we do a label for our soap dispenser with using our crickets, or should we make some weird flower thingies with scrap paper? So that's that. Now while we're waiting, Barbara, I'm going to wait for you because you're the only one that's given me a hello today so far. While we're waiting, I'm just going to say quickly, in the description below I've got links to two things happening right now. So there is a card maker success camp happening on April 14th, and this is a free 4-day event. and my friends at Stamp Me Some Love are hosting it, and you can learn how to make some cards. And it's like a beginner boot camp, so it's kind of cool. You get to learn a whole bunch of new stuff. Link is in the description below. And then also in the description below, I've got a few months ago, I did a home decor summit, and they're actually having a quick flash sale for like 4 days right now. So if you missed it and you want to buy tickets for it, you can get those. That link is below as well. So that's what's happening right now. And so if you want to catch either of those things, the free summit, well, it's not a summit, it's a boot camp, or the summit replay, those are there in the descriptions. All right, Barbara, flower thingy. Let's do it. I'm thinking the flower thing too, because I don't feel like putting my Cricut on today. It's been acting up. Well, it's not been acting up. I've been using it a lot. And so, you know how that goes, right? So, I'm going to use scrap paper because I have a lot of it. And I don't know what I'm doing because I've not actually done any research, because remember, crafting unscripted. So this is like unprepared, unready. Love your bee t-shirt. Did you make it? Yes, I did. I actually, it says, let's see if I can change the, maybe there. It says be kind, and there's my little bee. And yeah, I have that. I made that. I think this bee might have been from Cricut Design Space. I don't think this isn't my original bee. But yeah, I just kind of found the bee, put the letters on, and so I did that one. So thank you for the comment. Hello, Vivian. First time here. Yay, fellow Vivian. Thank you for joining us. Flowers sound nice. So we're going to try this flower thing. Now, I don't know what this is. I want the SVG. All right, I will see if I can find that for you after the video, and I'll let you know how I did that. I have to double check. But we're going to use, well, I got to change my screen here. So I'm just using a scrap piece of paper. This has like this is a failed cut with my Cricut this week. So I don't think you can guess what this is, but this was a failed cut. So I'm just going to use this paper. And so these flower things, I think this paper is going to be too big. I think I got to snip this a little bit. Let's see. We're going to do a smaller piece. This is a scrap piece anyways, so, and we're going to like fold this. And we're going to fold this. And we're going to fold this. And I'm trying to like, I don't know, fold this like an accordion so that it's level on itself. And I don't know, like, if this is too wide. I know from experience from a previous project that I did, I made these like snowflake thingies, these party decorations with cutouts, and they turned out nice, but I found that if they were too long this way, like on the folds, it was a different kind of a fold. But anyways, there goes my pump. If they were too long, it didn't work out very well. And so, all right, so we got a accordion thing, and this one is clearly too small for a flower. This is like a fan. All right, so now we got to change our design. That didn't work. So what are we gonna do? I need a longer piece of paper. That's what I need. But we're in luck because I have a bin full of paper. That one I think is too thin. Let's see here. Sorry, I gotta move some stuff around, and I'm sure something is gonna fall on the ground. So let's see what we got. We need a longer piece of paper. Okay, this one's, that's not much longer. I got a whole bunch of paper here. All right, let's do this one here. This one's almost a full sheet. I'm just gonna make it a little bit less wide. So there's some sort of magic or method behind these flower things that people have done. So let's see how this works out. Now, so here we did about maybe 1/2 inch. So we're going to try this one to be smaller maybe. Now, remember, this is totally unprepared, and we'll see how this goes. So, how is everybody doing over wherever you are? I've got, like I said earlier today, we had snow and freezing rain yesterday, which is now melted, and it's like 20 degrees outside right now. And it's great, except I'm working in the basement, so I have to have my sweater on, otherwise I will freeze. Because the way houses are designed, for some reason, the basement is always cold. Don't know why, but whatever, that's how it works. So we've got that, and I'm going to keep folding this. Maybe at some point this will work out. But I have a feeling that this is going to be one of those disaster events that we have, because I remember one of my first crafting Unscripted, we tried to make tissue paper flowers, and that was also a disaster. And the whole idea about these crafting Unscripted is that it's kind of like, it's unscripted. I don't practice this stuff beforehand. Because I don't really want to, like, I want to have, like, this is the time that I do to troubleshoot my crafts and stuff and figure things out. And I'm just going to cut this little uneven part off here. Barbara, doing very good. Rainy day today in Connecticut. Oh, rain. We're supposed to get a lot of rain this week, and I'm not looking forward to that. All right, so this one was longer. It's still not long enough to go around, so that's disappointing. All right, so 8.5 doesn't work. I'm just gonna do something here. Don't judge me. I'm just gonna see if we can make this better if it's not as thick. Now, what might end up happening is we might need to do like 4 of these. If I've got this guy here, half the size, is it gonna, oh, it's gonna fall. It's gonna jump around in my hands. Okay, we're gonna try this again. It's gonna fold. So this one goes like farther, so that's good. And now if I tape this guy or glue this guy on, I think I can make this work. This isn't how this is supposed to go, I'm pretty sure. I have a feeling this is not how this craft is supposed to work, but if I've got 2 of these 8.5 by 11s, they should stick. So, we're gonna use tape. We're going high tech today, and we're going to use tape because tape will dry faster than tape doesn't dry. Tape will work faster than glue. So we're just gonna tape this on. Totally unprofessional crafting, but when I do my experiments and learn things, I use tape a lot because I don't feel like waiting for the glue to dry to learn that I didn't do it right. So, ooh. And now if I do that, this, it should maybe not pop out of my hands and fly all over the place. So this is not working. Let's try this again. Focus. So today's craft is going to be a disaster. Welcome to the disaster today. This is not working. That doesn't work. Let's try this again. All right, I might have to Google this because this is not working. This is supposed to work. I've seen like everyone do this. And I should be able to do this too. So this one, we've already done this thickness and that didn't work. Let's try making this a little bit thinner. So, I was hoping this could work. So I've seen people make like these massive ones. So I'm curious as to what size paper they have. Now, we'll have to get this to work. I'm going to make this even smaller. This is not going to work out at all. So Vivian, tell us where you're from if you're not too shy to share that with us. I am from a little town called Waterdown in Ontario, Canada. And it is, just a little small place where it was supposed to be small when I moved in, and now it gets bigger because everyone's living here. We're going to try this one more time, Barbara, and then we'll see. Maybe we're just going to, I know the label's sounding pretty good now that this isn't working out. Just like last week when the sticker paper didn't work, or the vinyl didn't work, but whatever. We'll get there. We'll get there. Let's get this. All right. See, this one's like a half. It's not good. It's not good enough. So we can do a half of one. I don't know if that's going to fly for any craft because I don't even have a way to stick this on like this. There. It's nothing. This is no good. Well, I'm pretty disappointed with this. I'm pretty disappointed with this craft. Because this has to work. Like, I've seen people do this. And they're big and they're nice and then clearly... Alright, I'm going to try... Alright, Barbara, I'm going to try one more piece here. I'm going to see if I got a spare end of a 12 by 12. There we go. Christmas. let's get some Christmas paper happening. So this is 12 by, this was a 12 by 12. And we're gonna see if we can do this. This is not helping my scrap paper situation. This was supposed to work. This was supposed to be fantastic. And now life has decided that give it a shot. Yeah, but I don't like it when things don't like work out. I like to have like a craft, like even if it's not perfect the first time, I like it to be like I like it to be almost like doable, right? Like, so I got half of a fan, but I mean that's not really useful for me because I don't know what to do with half of a fanny thing. And I wanted to like make it like, I don't know, for a picture frame maybe, or for like a wall decoration or something. And so we're gonna try this out. Now this is not gonna work, so this is gonna drive me nuts if this doesn't work out. I have to figure this out. I'm gonna waste time Googling this all afternoon instead of working on my other things. But that's the life of a crafter, I guess. So while I have you guys here, what are some things that you like to craft with? Like what kind of projects do you like to do? What's your favorite sort of project that you're working on? Oh, almost, no, still no good. Well, that's it. That's no good. So tell me what kind of crafts you're working on. Or Barbara, what kind of crafts do you like working on? I've seen you here lots of times in the past, so I know you're one of my fellow followers here. But I was hoping to get this to work, to do something with this. I don't know what, but so I give up on this. So we've got like 15 minutes. We can try designing a bubble in Cricut Design Space. Let me see if I can get this to work. I'm gonna move these into my garbage pile because they're clearly no good. I missed the garbage can. Things are going along swimmingly here. So let's change to Cricut. So let's see if we can find a bubble. Let's do quickly in Cricut. I don't want to, images. Let's see if we've got a bubble. Okay, we gotta filter this to free because, no, let's go. That one's kind of cute. Maybe that one, I don't know. Soap bubble. I don't know. I'm gonna put this one on my screen, this one, and this one. And let's see how, oh, that's super small. Let's change the size if I can figure this out. Where's my size on this guy? Every time I open Cricut Design Space, they've changed something, and I don't know what it was. Okay. Oh. Paper home decor, working with wood. Oh, working with wood. I've done a bit of that. Not enough. I actually had a sign in my backyard. I don't want to say it was super woodworking, but it was a wooden sign, and it had a beware, don't enter my backyard, and it had a picture of my dog on it. So I had to take that off because I had to put him down a few weeks ago. And so he's so I got to make a new sign. So that's gonna be something that's coming up on the blog. But I don't like any of these bubbles. See if I can maybe work with this one. I'm gonna see if I can change this one up. But I'd like to do woodworking, and I have this is maybe gonna work. I've done I'm gonna close this. Will that show this up? No, this isn't gonna show either. I've done I made like a, what's it called? Craft, not what's it called? Is that more like a bubble? That's more like a bubble. We're gonna combine these here. Unite. I made a Yahtzee set, not a Yahtzee set. Yeah, a Yahtzee game, but for the backyard. So it's like super big. And so it's like with big dice. And I might actually have, here, I'll show you. I'm not happy with what Cricut's doing here for me. So let me just change my screen here. I'm gonna show you my, I made these guys here with woodworking. These are, oh, there it is. I made these dice. These were really easy to make because let's just cut the wood up, and I made dice. So I did those. And kids really like this in the summer. And I of course made too many of them because I had too much wood, so I had to practice. So I made these. These are super fun to make. You should try this, Barbara. It's good for playing summer with kids and grandkids and that sort of stuff. Or with significant others to pass the evening away. So that's pretty fun. But I like to do woodworking. That's fun. But it's time consuming. That's one of the time consuming things. I've actually got a blog post on that, Barbara, if you want to check it out on my website on how to make them. But it's pretty simple. Just cut the wood, paint it, and bam, you're done. I might even have a free template for the numbers, for the stickers, or the paint job for the dots on the thing. So let's see. I don't know if I like this circle. I got to change this up. Let's do another circle here on top of this. I don't think this is going to work. Today's craft, disaster. We're looking at 3.1. So we're going to change this to 3.1. 3.1. Hello? Are you going to change or no? 3.1. Okay. I'm going to align you guys. There goes my pump to the right. And I'm going to slice. Did this work? That's the one I want. To get rid of all these pieces. Get rid of this and this. That's kind of like a bubble. I'm going to make a few of these. I'm going to copy these and paste them. And I'm going to change some sizes like this. Can't all be this different sizes. Maybe I'll make them like this. Does that look like bubbles, or does that look like weird peacock eyes? We're gonna flip this around. That didn't do anything for me. All right, maybe like that. And we're gonna change the color on this, maybe to blue, because that maybe a little more. Does that look more like bubbles? What do you guys think? Does that look like bubbles or not? So hold on a second here. Let me see. I gotta change my screen again. Those are great. Okay. All right. So looks like bubbles. I like it. Looks like bubbles. All right. So let's see if I can get my Cricut to work now. Gonna move my stuff out of the way here. I need more space. That's my biggest problem. I always say, like, I redid my space a while ago, and then I thought I had enough space. Now I don't have enough space. So we're going to... do I have blue vinyl? That's the question. But we're not going to use the blue sparkly stuff from last week because that did not work at all. That was a disaster. So let's do... Should try some blue. Let's... bigger piece of blue. I have like bins and bins with this blue. That's the blue that we're going to use. Alright, and maybe we'll do that piece as well. Alright. 1,000 bins in 1,000 places, and will anything work? I have a sticky mat today, so we're in luck. It might work. Turn this on. I'm going to use this upside down because I didn't clean the glittery part off yet. So let's go here. We're going to use the light blue. We're going to do 2 cuts. Hopefully we can get this to work. Gotta go back to my Cricut here for 1 second. And we got to... oh, that's not what I wanted. I'm going to attach this together so it kind of... that's way too big. What do we want here? Where's my bottle? I want this to be like... hold on a second, folks. I need this to be no more than 3 inches in height. So let's change height to 3. Yeah, that's good. And we're going to make this. We're not going to save the project because I don't like saving every single project. And we're going to continue. Let's see if it finds my machine today. The machine is on. It's right here. Oh, we got it. Perfect. It's working. We have progress. All right. Let's see how this goes. Things are happening. Things are shaking. Let's see if this cuts out for us. The one thing that I've never purchased really is like a holographic vinyl. One day I will. But first I'm gonna butcher up this paper here. I'd like to get holographic vinyl just so that, like, for these bubbles, I think they'd look pretty cool if they were like glittery and holographic-y, but I have so much vinyl already, and I don't want to waste more. It just adds it to my piles. I have so many supplies, and I don't do enough crafts, which is weird because I do crafts all the time. But even the other day I got some more. Someone called me up and said, hey, I got a whole bunch of paper I'm getting rid of. Do you want it? And I said, sure. So I got another stack of paper to add to the paper that I already have, and the 1,000 piles of paper that I've got. So that's so we have that funness, and I'm going to cut this here quickly. This is I don't know if this is good on vinyl anymore or not, because it's kind of from my bin of random pieces. I think I need to change the blade on my Cricut because it seems like nothing wants to cut through properly anymore. I changed the blade on my Cricut a while ago, and then it did a good number on me. Everything that was like, oh sorry, I was peeling that there. Everything was cutting like all the way through. Didn't matter what setting I set it to, and so I thought, well, that's not ideal. So I had to figure out how to make that work. Now this isn't going to come off. Seriously? So those look like bubbles, I think. I think those look like bubbles. All right, that's there. I'm gonna cut this in half. And we're gonna make this work. We're gonna have something turn out today. It's not gonna be perfect, but we'll make this work. So these bubbles look good on this container. I'll redo some more afterwards so that my kids can have some color in the bathrooms. Problem with a lot of my crafting is that it gets in the way of, like, I don't want to say gets in the way, it adds color and life to the rest of the house, but sometimes there's a lot of stuff that goes everywhere, and so we've got a lot of crafts everywhere, but like kitchen labels are convenient for like containers and stuff like that, so that's always good, and little accents on soap dishes aren't a bad thing, right? Let's pull this off here. Let's see if this works. Okay, this vinyl's coming off nicely. I say this now before the last bubble decides to not cooperate. All right, we did it. We got that off. And now we're gonna put this on here. So in the past, yeah, let's do it like this. When we're putting on things onto like round surfaces, you want to find one spot and then work your way out from it so that you can have everything kind of go on. If you push things off on different angles, it'll actually kind of the things will lay down weird and they might not actually stick flat. Where did you get the pump you are using? The pump. Oh, this thing here. This is from IKEA. I got this at IKEA and they still sell them. They're not one of those things that are gone yet. I actually bought a bunch of them a few weeks ago because I had liked them so much. So, but I find that this pump that they use, like, it doesn't die. Like a lot of like the little squirt balls I've found that after like, you know, a while the squirt doesn't work anymore. These ones work forever. Like I've got some upstairs in one of my bathrooms. Sort of the first one that I bought, and I've had it for like 5 years and it still works, so it's perfect. All right, so I think that turned out pretty good. I like it. I'm going to cut out some more in different colors, but I won't keep you guys all here for that. But I think that turned out pretty good. So let's see, I might, if I can get this label off without leaving half of it on the container, it might give us a better look because that white's not helping us in the back. So I think that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna do the rest of it as well. And I think I might do a different color for the one that is for my other soap, but that's pretty good. All right, so Barbara, we got a craft that worked. Yes, we did it. So sorry about the flower thing not turning out. That's a bit of a disappointment. I'll have to figure that one out, and we'll do that either live one other day or I'll do it on the blog post. But I'm just disappointed that did not work out because, like, it seemed so easy. It was like, you know, fold paper, pull it together, and bam, done. Clearly not so easy. But we got some cute bubbles on our soap dispenser, so that's good. And we'll go from there. So, recap. If you want to learn how to make some cards, there is a bootcamp beginner camp for card making at the Card Maker Success Summit. There's a link in the description below for that. If you missed the home decor summit in January, there's a flash sale happening right now for that as well. Tickets are below. You can get some. You can buy that down in the description below. And for anyone who is joining me this afternoon for the April live crafting with Katherine, I will see you there in about 45 minutes. And for everybody else, I will see you guys next week. Thanks so much for coming to craft with us today. We'll see you next week. And happy crafting.